Hi there traders, this is forextraders.com and we're now taking a look at the Australian dollar versus US dollar and the New Zealand dollar US dollar. So these both antipodean currencies, both doing better as we go into the early part of July and to today's US Independence Day holiday. A really strong rebound, having had early weakness in here at the beginning of July. That was in reaction to the US Sino trade talks, and really expectations of maybe a less dovish, so de facto more hawkish Fed. So there was an expectation of maybe then a slightly less dovish Fed than we'd been anticipating because of those trade talks going well. And so the US dollar kind of rallied across the board in here. So we saw that setback in here right at the beginning of this week, right at the beginning of July. However, the underlying positive theme from the whole second half of June rally in here remains very much intact. And then we've seen that resume again going into this week. A slight deterioration in US data through this week has seen a lower US dollar. And also we're back into that general risk on phase. Global equity markets push into multi-week, multi-month, multi-year highs, and in the case of the US equity averages, going into the US Independence Day holiday on Wednesday the 3rd of July, they were hitting record highs, all-time highs, S&P 500 future breaking the 3,000 level, all-time highs for the Dow, the S&P and the Nasdaq. So risk on is certainly the phase we're in at the moment. So the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar benefiting from that, and they've been pushing back higher. And as I say, slightly now weakening of the US dollar again, as the Fed seems to be still in a very dovish place. The data this week been not that great for the US, and so then we're seeing a weaker dollar combined with risk on phase stronger Australian dollar, and that's pushed this market back up to, again in here, multi-week peaks in here, reinforcing this basing structure that we had previously through 70.22, and all the threats in both the short and intermediate term in here for the Australian dollar are higher. Let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. Pretty much the same fundamental backdrop for this, a slightly softer US dollar this week, and then risk on phase pushing the New Zealand dollar higher. The underlying bull theme from June intact. The push previously in here, late June above 66.81, created this double bottom technical pattern, and that all leaves the intermediate term risk and the short term risk to the upside. We're looking back to 67.29 and higher targets over here as we go into the first half of July. This has been Steve Miley for forextraders.com, and I wish you a great trading day.